Much to everybody who voted on it. We are heading to Belgium, Spa, Francorchamps. So, Nicholas, are you happy with that then?
I finally figured out how to say the name.
In the wet.
Spa heavy rain. Oh, that's going to be exciting.
Kind of pronounce it like that.
No,
but anyways, welcome to the stream, guys. I'm doing some painting. Need to do some driving a little bit later. Not sure if I'm going to do it on this stream, but I'm updating the Ford GT my livery for it. I never really finished it. It actually is just like halfway finished. I have some things I'm going to be putting on it. I've prepped some things. So I'm just going to be playing with this, chat and whatever. So see if we can find some music too. Jump into my Discord. If you want to join Discord, you're more than free to join the Discord as well.
You're most looking forward to sending it?
In real life or in the sim?
Let's go with sim for now.
Sim, well, I mean, in the wet, I think Eau Rouge is not going to be flat. So, same with Puan. And to be honest, those are the fun corners in real life, anyways, as well. So.
Okay. Well, listen, it was the favorite track that you're out of the four that were up for grabs with the fans' vote. So, congratulations, you're racing on the one you wanted. And George, he said he didn't mind, though, didn't he, Jack? He didn't mind where we'd be racing.
He's a relaxed man.
Yeah, okay. So 3 points, Nicholas, will give you that lead. Lando Norris got 5 points. You're currently on 3. You can level it with 2 points. But that would be a good bragging rights if you were to win the challenge and be top of the leaderboard.
Yeah, definitely. I didn't know we were scoring them all across the past events and future ones. Otherwise, I would have been a bit more careful with my lack of reaction at the first start. Getting no points there.
I did not have the right thing.
We're going to try and make the best of this one.
Yeah, okay. So there we go. We'll let you get ready. Jack, heading to Spa, Francorchamps. Obviously, Nicholas talking about where he's looking forward to. Would you agree, in terms, not in Sims, but in real life, those are the corners that we look forward to?
Look, those are the iconic corners, Thomas. Those are the iconic corners. Eau Rouge at the bottom of the hill, up towards the top at Radion, and then blasting out through the forests. An amazing place, an amazing arena of motorsport, and down through the quick left-hander at Puan as well is really cool. It's a wonderful circuit. There's no doubt about it. There's no surprise to me that it won. I maybe prefer Monza a little bit just for the sort of atmosphere, but Spa as a circuit, you can't beat it.
No, there's a pen situation. The lids come off. But listen, the situation with George, he won that first race. Then Nicholas, he seemed to up his game a little bit. So you'd expect the same for George now. Nicholas did say, I needed to change the camera angle of my car, and my reactions weren't, and they gave a little bit of excuse. George has had those as well, but I expect George to come out fighting in this one.
I think this one is going to be very much in the lap of the gods, because I think with so many other cars on track, in the rain, at Spa, it's going to be carnage. So I don't, no matter how good these drivers are, no matter how carefully they take it, no matter how aggressive they are, how cautious they are, how sensitive they are, how just plain going for it they do, I think a lot of it's going to be down to luck.
Okay, and obviously in terms of the start position for these guys, 2 points for a win, 1 point for second place, and 1 point for the fastest lap. Obviously taking on fans and sim racers from around the world who entered to take on these two challenges. You've got to have a clean start, and that we've seen many a time at Spa. How do you avoid trouble in this race? How do you do that?
It's very difficult, especially in the rain. Heavy rain at Spa. You can kind of get through the first corner at La Source okay. We've seen some big incidents there in the past. You think of Romain Grosjean going into the back of Alonso, Raikkonen and everybody a couple of years ago, Hamilton, sorry. And then we had Charles Leclerc getting in a big accident there down at Turn 1 a few years ago when Nico Hülkenberg went straight to the back of everyone. So Turn 1 can be tricky, but I think it's more just around the rest of the lap that you've just got to be aware. You've got to be alert on a Spa circuit.
Yeah, and we, as we
make it easier to
2 weeks ago, when Jack and I were the team radio for Lando Norris, we found out the hard way. It's not easy. It is not easy being on the team radio. We didn't advise him when to change those tyres to go to the wets.
Well, that'll be really interesting in this
select a couple
situation,
of things and
because
set
with
up
the
some
wet tyres,
paths
you
so I
don't
can
have to make a
remove
pit
it
stop. In
later
dry
for the custom
race,
spec
you
map.
have to make a pit stop. You have to use 2 compounds. Wet race, you don't have to. You might be happy with those tyres the whole way through. You might feel like you want to change change the tires, but it's a little bit more up in the air. Again, lap of the gods kind of stuff, because it's not a set strategy to run with.
Now, I believe, I'm being told in my ear, that Dan Ticktum and George Russell are fighting over who is going to be in a Williams car at the moment, and that's why we're not going to the race. This is some serious... I love it. That's the fun that we looked for, but in terms of getting to the race, they're denying us avid fans from getting to the race. Who should have it? It should be George Russell that should be taking that, surely.
Well, it's not for me to decide, but he is the Williams Formula One driver.
And seeing as it challenged Williams at the side here, you'd feel like hopefully they'll get to this race as quickly as we possibly can. They're holding us up, and that's putting us under pressure. But anyway, listen, this is 25% of Spa-Francorchamps in the wet. We have George Russell currently on 2 points. Nicholas Latifi is on 3 points in the hashtag Challenge Williams. We will get to that race as soon as possible as they're up on the grid. We've spoken about how they need to attack this race, try and stay out of trouble. I did mention it earlier, a couple of these drivers that have got the opportunity, there will be a couple of dive bombing sort of situations as they try and take each other out.
Give me more metallic look on my car.
And they want to be winning this race.
That's going to be the color
Absolutely.
used.
I think there's a lot of opportunities to overtake around Spa as well. In the wet, you won't have the DRS as well, which is going to make overtaking a little bit more difficult. But coming down into the bus stop chicane, coming up into La Source, even at the top of the hill at Les Combes, there are overtaking opportunities. And in the wet, those overtaking opportunities almost double, because you can find overtaking spots at every corner you can think of.
Now, he's currently not listening to us on the comms. So, George Russell, will you please select the Williams so we can start this race? Thank you kindly. Thank you very much for doing that. He's not listening. He's really not listening to the team radio, hence why we're not going to this race. But to be honest, I'm thoroughly enjoying this. When we get the race underway, we will have this battle.
Got to remove these from the spec
George
map.
has got enough in the locker. With this mind games that he is playing, I think he might win this and
get all those colors
he needs to level
in
with
the mat.
Norris.
I do more of a silk.
Who's going to get more points here?
I'm going for Latifi. I think Latifi is going to... He's not going to win, but I think he's going to draw level with... Oh, this is a bit harsh. I think he's going to draw level with Norris. I think he's going to get a point for second place and a point for fastest lap.
Okay, all right, so don't forget, you are watching us here at the hashtag Challenge Williams. We're waiting for George Russell.
Don't forget, you are watching us.
Yeah, we are here waiting for the drivers to get sorted onto the grid. Of course, George Russell taking on Nicholas Latifi. Who can score the most points? Currently, Nicholas Latifi with 3 points. George Russell with 2. This is a grid made up of fans, 25% race as we head to Spa in the wet. We've decided, we've chatted about everything now. We reckon Latifi's going to manage to do it. They're really holding us here. About 30 seconds before we go to that race. Personally, I was thoroughly enjoying, out of the challenges so far, I enjoyed Challenge 1. But for me, Challenge 2, it was a clean, fun race and an opportunity for some content creators, the likes of Ben Daly, Bart Horston winning the race, and Cyanide as well. Some content creators and Arava competing, and such a good race. I wouldn't mind seeing something like that in the virtual Grand Prix.
Up now so that I can
in a week's time.
I preferred the first race, to be honest. Not that I disliked the second race, but seeing those 92 Williams around Suzuka was something really, really cool, in my opinion. And it would have been cool to see them at
switch
Spa.
those around on the Porsche.
Modern Formula One cars at Spa are super cool as well.
Yeah, but obviously
leave them how they are right now.
Nice in terms of a challenge, and it was a challenge for those guys because they didn't know that they were going to be racing the 1992 Williams car. So therefore, we really did put them under the paces, and they delivered on that. So I suppose maybe that was a good race.
Oh, I've changed his mind.
Changed my mind to the point where I feel like seeing Thibaut Courtois get those pit lane penalties as well was a little bit more entertaining for me with more people on the grid. So there we go. Going to Spa in just a second here at the Gfinity Arena. A good opportunity to tell you that in a week's time we'll be back here for the virtual Grand Prix. Still waiting to find out from your votes where we will be racing, but that will be a full roster of F1 drivers setting their fastest paces. Can Charles Leclerc make it 3 virtual Grand Prix in a row? Guan Yu Zhou, brilliant race from him, and we'll be hoping to see if he can get another podium. So here we are then. We get to it. I'm relieved, as I'm sure you are as well, that we're finally underway here at the Spa circuit in the wet, and some penalties for jumping the line there.
Yeah, but it is very, very wet, isn't it? This is seriously heavy rain at Spa-Francorchamps as they come around the first corner. Someone's in the wall already. It's Nicholas Latifi. He's been sent straight to the back of the pack, and he's got a lot of work to do now going forwards because his teammate George Russell is up in the ninth place, but he's got massive opposite lock. I think Russell's off as well. Is he carrying on? Where he's dropping down the order to 15th. He's in the wall. There's carnage up at the top of Radeon, and Latifi gets back past Russell. They're battling over 14th place. Latifi back in front, Russell down to 15th, but there was some huge action up at the top of the hill at Radeon as they now come into Les Combes for the first time. Look how wet it is. So much standing water through the right-hander of Malmedy and then down towards Rivage, the long 180-degree right-hander at the bottom of the hill. The two Williams are together on track. It's David Zamora leading the way with Eduardo GG in second. Dan Ticktum's up in fourth.
That is great stuff from Dan Ticktum to fight George Russell for the Williams car, but eventually George Russell was able to choose it. Listen, we're looking at this race. Two things that go through my mind. Number one, it just looks incredibly difficult to race in these conditions. As we know, racing in the wet is incredibly difficult because of the visibility you have. But listen, guys, you chose this track. If anyone's complaining like, oh, this isn't the race I wanted, well, you voted for it. This is what we've got. But I tell you what, the battle for Nicholas Latifi and George Russell, this one, they're neck and neck behind each other. Again, Latifi overtaking.
Whatever I want to shine, I push it all the way through.
Down to 16th. This isn't going to be the first spin in this race, is it?
No, sir. You're very, very correct there. There's a few others having a bit of trouble. David Zamora set the fastest lap of the race so far, but Latifi now is getting onto the back of this pack, which has got Robotic Hamster, My Patrick, Gingerbread Ash, F Total, and Arctact. And Arctact was up in the lead of the race, I think, initially, so the Renault driver has dropped back. I think he started even from pole position, so this is going to be a huge train of cars we're about to see do battle as he comes down through Eau Rouge, the little river that runs underneath the track there. Oh, Toro Rosso in the wall at the top of the hill. That's going to knock them out of the running, and Ticktum's dropped away. So I wonder if that was Ticktum in the wall at the top of Radeon, because he has dropped all the way down to 17th place, having been up into 4th. Jack Aitken, meanwhile, is in 5th spot. He's just been overtaken by Aerocat. And let's see what Latifi can do. He's up behind Rotor Creeper at the moment.
It's this real shame with the names. There's no Yeetus Momitus this week.
Whoa, there's a bold move from Latifi. Take that, Rotor Creeper. But I agree, I miss Yeetusing.
Yeah.
Meters. Lap 2 of 11. Down the hill towards Pouhon. And we're on board with Nicholas Latifi trying to get past Arctact.
Do you think Gingerbread Ash is just sort of a situation where you've just cooked it for too long and then the gingerbread has gone to ash?
That's very good. That's very good. The amount of times I've gone to make myself a sweet treat and all I've ended up with is gingerbread ash. He's in 6th place at the moment. Maybe she's in 6th place at the moment. We're on board with Latifi, closing in on Arctact XO.
And I tell you what, Rotor Creeper, better watch them back, because George Russell is right behind at the moment, really pushing Rotor Creeper to make that mistake. And really
Gingerbread Ash dropping down the order. There goes George Russell up the inside, and Robotic Hamster's got a 5-second time penalty, but Gingerbread Ash down to 15th place.
I mean, Rotor Creeper is not letting George have any sort of gimme here, as George Russell gets in front of Rotor Creeper. Oops. Nicholas Latifi now into 8th, and behind him is George Russell. So they've gone from an awful start for Nicholas Latifi with a spin, and moving up the grid quite comfortably.
You know what? They're doing a really good job here. Russell could be under a bit of pressure from Rotor Creeper as they come through Eau Rouge. There's a yellow flag out there in Sector 2, so I don't think that'll be any of the leaders. That might be Primeval, who's having a little bit of trouble. But, well, there's the attack from Latifi in front, trying to get past My Patrick. And which is an interesting name as well. And he's going for the outside at Les Combes. Lovely, jubbly move there from Nicholas Latifi. And he is now up into 7th place. So he's climbing up the order very rapidly. This is a really good drive from Latifi. 2nd place, I think, will be a bit tough. But he's carving through the field like nobody's business at the moment. Lap 3 of 11.
My Patrick overtaking him again, so that's going to be neck and neck. Latifi dropping down a little bit, but as Jack says, David Zamora, I think it's Bobby's brother, football reference there. Eduardo GG. No, it was just for everyone listening.
Oh, for the audience,
yeah,
right.
Yeah, for
do we have an audience?
I think we do have an audience, and I think they're thoroughly enjoying the occasional
Oh, big moment.
reference.
Latifi loses it and Russell's through. Russell is through on the exit of Pouhon ahead of Latifi. The two Williams drivers right together on track. Big error for Latifi, and that is not going to help his cause. And they're both behind my Patrick.
What happened there in terms of mistake from Latifi?
He made one.
What did he do? Just
It looked like he got out wide on the exit of Pouhon. Now Russell and my Patrick are going right together through Blanchimont, which is this left-hander here. Very fast corner. A lot of action over the years, and can Latifi get past my Patrick into the bus stop chicane, which was called the bus stop chicane because it was configured in a manner which represented a bus stop or resembled a bus stop, but now does not, but is still called such. My Patrick is all over the place, and George Russell sets the fastest lap of the race.
Oh, how about that? It just reminded me when you talked about buses there. Coaches are pretty much like a bus. I coached round Silverstone. We couldn't go any faster than 20 miles an hour. It's a really different perspective you get in a coach going around Silverstone racetrack. Just reminded me, it's not something I want to do again in a hurry, but, you know, I put it on my Instagram and a couple of people have watched it and said, don't do that again.
I've been around Spa in a transit van.
Nice.
Didn't drive. A man called Richard Randall drove, and he drove very badly.
Good old RR.
Yeah, he won't be watching. So
Really not. This is fine. What was so bad about the driving?
Oh, Jack Aitken's off. Oh. Jack Aitken's made a mistake in the Ferrari from 5th position, and that promotes Russell and Latifi up into 6th and 7th places. So it's all gone wrong for Aitken up at Les Combes. Oh, that's deep. That is some deep water that Latifi finds himself in. Keeps the speed up and doesn't lose too much time to George Russell. But these two climbing up the order. Still David Zamora in the lead. Eduardo GG in 2nd. Andres Asia... is in 3rd place, Aerocat is 4th, 5th is F Total, and then it's Russell and Latifi.
So moving up the grid, at what point would you pit here? It's 11 laps, lap 4 at the moment.
Well, you haven't got to pit, it's just whether the tyres have got life in them, so that's where the driver's feel will come down to make their decision. They haven't got to pit, and to be honest, at the moment it's so wet, I don't think you would gain a huge amount of time by pitting, because the tyres aren't going to be wearing away as much as if it were drying up at this point, let's say, as we come through the right-hander at Stavelot, where the old original circuit rejoins the modern Grand Prix loop.
There's a lot more black.
Designed in the 1980s. Through Blanchimont comes Latifi. But yeah, I don't think we're going to see pit stops in this race. I'd be surprised. I would do my surprised face.
Yes, and out of vision, that is fine to do. If you could save it.
Is that a place for Russell, or is that a back marker? It's a back marker. Carry on.
Okay, I just want you to know that the surprise phase I would like to see. Fastest lap so far, Nicholas Latifi. Don't forget, a point for the fastest lap
and he took
in the race.
He took that away from Russell. Russell set the fastest lap, and then Latifi set the fastest lap as well. Someone in the Haas is having a horrible time. I think that's Danaski. Who is just seemingly not really bothering with the track. Gingerbread Ash takes the fastest lap of the race, but here come the two Williams drivers up over Radion, and this is going to be a chance for Latifi to get back in front of Russell. They're 2 seconds behind F Total in front. There's a yellow flag out there in Sector 1, but I think that's further back. Is Latifi going to fancy it into Les Combes? Russell covers the inside. No DRS at the moment. And because of the heavy rain, those are the rules, and they're both pulling away from Jack Aitken quite a lot, actually. So Aitken dropping back in this one. Looking to Rivage from Latifi? No, not close enough.
Gingerbread Ash then, just to confirm, fastest lap so far. Some people saw him spin off a little bit, thought he was burnt out, but ironically, Gingerbread Ash is not burnt out. Fastest lap, there you go. And Latifi...
well, they've been wheel banging through Speaker's Corner. They're now coming to Pouhon, and Latifi is trying to hold on in 6th place, but Russell is in that 6th position. We're on board with the Canadian now. This is a great fight. Lap 5 of 11, down into 4th gear. So cautious when getting back on the throttle because of the wet conditions. And now into the double right-hander at Stavolo. You'll see the old track rejoining on the left-hand side, just after this building on the left. There is where the old track comes back in. And now the run down towards Blanchimont. Latifi a bit scruffy through Stavolo, and as a result, he's now almost a second back from Russell.
Would it be just constantly, this is just a question for you, Jack, just aquaplaning the whole time throughout this? Because I'll be honest, when I'm driving out there on the motorway, which hasn't been for quite a while now,
good.
But good, thank you. But I don't like it. This is just a constant aquaplaning at times and just pushing it to the limits. Yeah, basically. I think there's less aquaplaning on the game than in real life, because the game is designed that you have some grip out there and you don't just get spat off the circuit at various points, but it's very, very challenging. You can see off the racing line that there are puddles, you see? And that is where you don't want to go. You can see a sort of drier line through the middle of the puddles, and Russell's been given a 3-second time penalty for abusing track limits. He's had multiple warnings, so he's in 6th place, but he's now been given a time penalty. That would drop him back behind Latifi as it stands, lap 6 of 11. Yeah, I mean, some people have said he just doesn't heed the warnings, and there's a great example there. You don't heed those warnings, you get a time penalty, and that'll kick in at the end of the race if he doesn't serve that penalty. So here we go then. It's looking unlikely, just over halfway then, of either George Russell or Nicholas Latifi getting first or second to get those points. But still up for grabs is the fastest lap. But Lando Norris, wherever he may be right now, or Lando Bot, they know that they won't be beaten in terms of the challenge.
Yeah, it looks as though Lando will remain at the top of the leaderboard, doesn't it? Because it's going to be tough for Russell and Latifi. They're going to need some serious chaos in front. And David Zamora is having a great race out in front in the McLaren. Eduardo GG in second, just ahead of Andres. And, well, Russell closed in a little bit on this lap. He started the lap 3 seconds back from F Total, but if F Total and Aerocat start to fight, we could see Russell and subsequently Latifi, although Latifi's now 1.5 seconds back from Russell, start to join that fight a little bit as they come through the wonderful avenue of trees in the foothills of the Ardennes Mountains in Spa, Belgium.
But it looks like in terms of the weather, it's still raining. I can just see there. But you'd hope it had eased off a little bit, but it's been pretty relentless, and that's what the fans wanted. George Russell getting the fastest lap now.
Okay, that's where the fight is, isn't it? Russell with the fastest lap of the race. That will give him 1 point. Dan Tickton retired from the session. It's also worth pointing out, these two want to beat each other. You know, this is a leaderboard that we're counting for. So even if they don't get ahead of Lando Norris, if Russell gets the fastest lap, he and Latifi will be tied on points, which would be better than being beaten on points, I would
There's
say.
so many things going on right now. It's like, okay.
There is that bragging rights. Unfortunately, Dan Tickton didn't do as well as he probably would have liked.
I'm sitting here, like, I got my dog sitting to the side of me, staring at me every, like, 5 minutes. He just looks at me, and I'm like, I just finished taking her on a walk and everything. It's like, what else do you want from me? I'm not doing anything else for you right now.
And a bit of bragging
it's ridiculous.
there, but like Jack says, this is a good opportunity for George and Nicholas to take this into the virtual Grand Prix next weekend, knowing that they had the better of their teammate.
Russell's got a chance of 4th here. He's only 0.6 of a second, make that 0.3 of a second behind F Total. Then he's only 0.5 second away from Aerocat. So this is a really good opportunity for George Russell to try and get up the order. Maxime has just had a spin, I think, and dropped behind Robotic Hamster. But look how close
nothing
Russell
for you.
is to the back of F Total
Nothing
as they
for
come
you.
to the Fania chicane, recently renamed as the Piff Path, and then into Stavolo.
Really? Piff Path?
Piff Path.
Does that mean anything?
No, like you go Piff Path. Right, left.
So it's like an onomatopoeia.
It's an onomatopoeic adaptation of a sequence of corners.
Lovely. Piff Path.
Can Russell Piff Path his way through F Total, or past F Total, I should say, as they come down into the chicane once more. The Aerocat holding that 4th spot at the moment. Well, that's super deep. He sent it. Russell sends it up the inside of F Total, and he's now up into 5th position. F Total's going to try and fight back. That could allow Nicholas Latifi the opportunity to join in the fight. In the second Williams, into La Source. Russell holds the place. 1.1 seconds back now from Aerocat. We'll see whether he can close in on the Renault driver, but he could be under big pressure here. They're not going to go side by side down through Eau Rouge. They were on board with Russell at the bottom of the hill. No, indeed not. Don't forget, Russell has got his 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings, but can he close in on 4th place, Aerocat? Weaving down the back straight, trying not to give the slipstream away. Oh, and someone's had a moment. I think it's
Edouard GG.
Edouard GG, yeah.
And
Edouard GG has now dropped behind.
Still got some light spots. That's the only bad part about this.
Got into trouble. George Russell is 5th, right behind Eduardo GG, who's right behind Aerocat. So a podium could be on the cards here on lap 8 of 11, and all of a sudden, second place for some points doesn't seem too far away.
Yeah, and what will probably, as I'm sure you're thinking, it really annoy George Russell is if he finishes in 3rd, guess what? He gets no points. He has to finish 2nd or 1st to get any points. So hopefully he gets the fastest lap, unless something, as Jack alluded to, happens up the order, up the grid here. There could be an opportunity for a 2nd or 1st finish.
Oh, big slide from George Russell. Eduardo GG chasing him down. Here comes Russell. Can he get past the racing point? Oh, they have a bit of contact. A little bit of a nudge coming through Blanchimont, but surely now into the bus stop. This is the move. Russell to the outside, late on the brakes. Turns into the right-hander. They have a bit of a nudge, but Russell's done it. He's up into 4th place now. Only a 2nd away from Aerocat in front. Latifi is still in 6th position. He hasn't got past... Oh, as I say that, he goes to the inside at La Source and goes ahead of Latifi. Lap 9 of 11. They're still side by side, though. Coming down into the Eau Rouge. This is going to be a bit of a brave one for Latifi. Can he hold on? Yes, he can, just about. Gets a bit of a nudge. Whoa, big twitch from Russell. And he loses out to Latifi. And he loses out to Eduardo GG. And he might lose out to F Total as well.
He doesn't look happy about that. There was a wry smile on his face, but he'll be annoyed with that.
Sends it up the inside of F Total to try and keep in, but he can't. So he's now behind Nicholas Latifi. It's Latifi now that will take the fight. Le fight to Aerocat. Disaster for Russell. No, outside of Rivage. Surely not. He's done it. What a lovely move. Lovely move. Now down towards Pouon. A little bit of a twitch. F Total right in behind. Latifi's less than a 2nd away from Aerocat. Down towards Fagnes chicane. Someone's had a moment at Pouon. We're on board with Latifi then.
He's chasing. He's catching up with Aerocat.
Yellow flag in sector 3. Don't think that's one of our front runners. Indeed it is not. Might be Dinaski again. Dinaxi, I think that's how we say it. As we come down now towards the bus stop to start the penultimate lap of the race. Here's the yellow flag. Oh, big moment there for Latifi, and indeed it isn't one of the front runners because there might be Primeval. Still yellow flags out there as they come out now to start the penultimate lap of the race. Nicholas Latifi, a podium finish I think would be a very good drive from Latifi, I have to say. It would win him the challenge over Russell. Actually, that's a lie, depending on where the fastest lap goes.
Yeah.
Oh, but he's going to get it here, surely. Gets good drive out of La Source. Tries to find the inside line, looks one way, looks t'other. But he's not going to get through down into Eau Rouge, maybe up over Radion along the Kemmel Straight.
It will be put as a very, very good race, seeing as the start for Nicholas Latifi.
The color out.
At the beginning of the race, that's spinning out. So to get back up to 4th at the moment, and he has overtaken Aerocat. Lovely manoeuvre, but there's Aerocat on the outside. Oh, it's great defending, but yeah, he's got him in the inside there.
Russell tries to fight back. They have I think Aerocat has made a mistake, and Latifi's through. Back him into 3rd place then, so he's done it.
Two laps
to go, or a lap and a half to go, I should say, because they're just starting to drop down the hill. I think that 4.5 second gap to Andres is a bit too much. which is going to be really frustrating for Latifi. Without that error at the start, or without that collision at the start, he would have really had the chance to close in. Whoa, off goes the Aerocat. And Russell's going to try and take.
You can kind of see the line.
The two go side by side into Fanya. Russell finds the grip on the outside of the corner and makes it stick. So the Williams drivers up to third and fourth. They're doing a great job here carving through the order. Nil points by the looks of things, but really good drives from Latifi and Russell. About to start the final lap of the race, yeah.
Such a good drive. It's just a real shame that it will lead to no points. The only points up for grabs were first and second place, but fastest lap. So one of these drivers that when we interview them at the end of the race is going to be very annoyed after all that effort, and it has been a brilliant drive for them.
Russell wants the bragging rights here. He is now just half a second away from Nicholas Latifi as they start the final lap of the race. Don't forget, I think Russell's got a 3-second time penalty for excessive track limits abuse. So we'll keep an eye on that one, whether that'll drop him down the order. But he wants to finish ahead of Nicholas Latifi on the road. F-Total's got ahead of Aerocat. Shout out to David Zamora. Really strong drive from him up at the front. Gingerbread Ash sets the fastest lap of the race. He is...
That line is pretty apparent.
Place, just chasing down Robotic Hamster in the closing stages. But can Russell get Latifi on the final lap? Looks a little bit too far away, to be honest. Onto the brakes, up into Les Comps.
Well, Latifi gaining time on Andreas in second place, but I just agree with you. It's just not going to be enough time, not enough laps to eventually catch up potentially with Andreas. But a real shame after such effort, such a good race from both of these drivers. But of course, Latifi will be kicking himself after that spin early doors.
Yeah, and Russell had the chaos at the top of the hill at Raidillon, didn't he? But will Russell be able to get past Latifi and steal the final podium position on the final lap? There is Donatsky, who's getting lapped again in the Haas. That might be Ratkid actually, but anyway, the Haas is off on the inside in the barriers, so it might be Grosjean on the final lap of the race. I'm sorry, that was harsh, that was unnecessary. Sorry, Roman. Just having a joke. But we're on the final lap of the race now. David Zamora is going to win it. Who's going to finish third out of the two Williams drivers? I don't think there's going to be any points for either of them for finishing first or second. But can Russell get past? Final lap, down to the final corner at the bus stop chicane. And Latifi is going to hold on. He's going to finish ahead of Russell, and it looks as though he's... Oh, Russell! No! He's been given another time penalty for corner cutting on the final lap. He's absolutely rammed Latifi and finished in fourth place, but that has then dropped him down the order because of a penalty, and that's... I expected it, to be honest with you. I did not expect that from George Russell on the final lap.
Really? Did you really expect that from him? Is it just...
Yeah.
Okay. Race control are having a word with Robotic Hamster, of course, as they
be a short conversation with a Robotic Hamster, I would have thought.
They feel like they're just going round and round with him. However, there you go. Really, would you expect that a bit of a tussle from George Russell?
Well, he was always. I was surprised he didn't lunge it a bit more at the final chicane. Because there were no points on the line, were there?
Yeah, of course.
Just fun on the line.
But there you go. George, we've got to come to you there. What was happening there at the end?
God. I feel bad. I've taken a podium away from my team here. I need to apologise to all the fans and an optimistic...
Was it accidental?
Optimistic effort. No, of course it wasn't. I went for it. I tried to push him back around. I'd have let him pass again, but it's a shame your man F.
Change that red up.
So, no, it was fun. It was more fun when towards the end of the race, the start was a mess.
What happened to you at the top of the hill?
I don't know. I think I just got absolutely launched from behind. I think Nicholas got launched at the start. I got launched through a rouge. I think would have been, well, we was quick enough to win, but whoever Gingerbread Ash, he was fast. Yeah. Gingerbread Ash was fast. He was putting some fast laps in there, but no, it's been fun. It's been fun. So yeah. What's the scores on the doors? Do we get any points for that or not?
Well, just waiting the adjudication after that lunge, George. I've got to wait for that. The stewards to have a word with me and the officials.
I'll accept the penalty. I put my hands up. It was all on camera. Caught red-handed. I've got no argument to give.
Well, listen, I've got to ask Nicholas, how do you feel about that? A podium denied by your teammate. Surely you're going to have some stern words for your so-called teammate.
Yeah, that was rough. I was looking forward to that podium, but well, that's the same avatar I got on the podium anyways who won, so I'll say that was me. No, but I was kind of expecting him to go for a lunge in the last corner, but then when I saw he didn't actually go in the braking zone, I said, okay, it's pretty safe there. I did see him kind of try and sneak up the inside, tried to leave him a little bit of room, but yeah, I guess the move was just not on. But anyways, it was still really fun. All 3 rounds. So I didn't hear the answer to George's question. Do we get any points for that? Because like I said, I think it was a bit unrealistic to think that we were going to win that. There was some fast guys here started, especially for that start. Oh, that was chaos, but that was a lot of fun, I'm not going to lie.
Hey, listen, I knew the excuses would come. I was timing it.
We got the whole book of them. I'm getting my book now. I got a whole page of them. If you still want to hear some.
If I scored any points,
we will show you the scoreboard, guys. We will show you the scoreboard. However, I feel like we all know that Lando Norris is going to have those bragging rights.
That's
and
pretty beast there.
Points scored in that final race.
Gingerbread Ash.
Denied. Nicholas Latifi, you scored
make
3
that
points.
blue
George
for
Russell, you scored 2. I'm expecting Lando to be calling you now to let you have it.
Thanks for the sub, Chris. Thanks for the sub. I appreciate it.
I think we had some faster drivers for our event, to be honest. I mean,
didn't mess
the
with
first
mine.
one you did. I'm getting my excuses. I got it all prepared, right? So I think with Lando, it was the first event. Not a lot of people knew about it. Now we got some like real proper sim drivers here.
All right.
So I think it was always going to be a tougher task for George and I, but
try and get this like my
okay. We'll give it to Lando.
My Porsche is. I'm not gonna use this anymore. Get my
George, with the hashtag Challenge Williams.
I'll show you what I'm working for. I think you might.
Book of excuses next to
So you, most people may have not seen my Porsche on the track, but this is my team one.
Are they in the filing cabinet?
I'll show you. I'm gonna be using some of the patterns from my Porsche. And use it on the Ford car.
Definitely some quick guys out there, as Nicholas said. I think that last challenge a little bit unrealistic to give us a chance. Those weather conditions were like Spa 98, weren't they? It was horrific.
Yeah.
So no, but overall, honestly, enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun, and yeah, put on a bit of a show.
Yeah, you did indeed. I got to say, for that last race in the wet at Spa, brilliant drive. Unfortunately, no points there. Will we be seeing you, gentlemen, for the next virtual Grand Prix? It would be in the Dutch GP at the Circuit Park Zandvoort, but instead it is taking place in Brazil, in Interlagos. Are you looking forward to that one, and will you be racing?
I'll be racing, yeah, I'll be there. I think Nicholas will be as well, so looking forward to it. It should be a laugh.
Okay, and will you be practicing on a 1992 Williams car, just in case?
I might be, you know, I might be doing it for a bit of fun. Honestly, I did enjoy it. So, you know, when I'm a bit bored at home, when the weather's not looking great next week, I might have to pop out Nigel's car.
Yeah. And I have to say, George, I need some instructions how to build my own gym in my house. Epic work from you. Enjoy that until Sunday. Nicholas, are you looking forward to
I definitely need to work on my
GP, the virtual Grand Prix,
my mat,
not
metallic and stuff. I want to say silk. It's not a silk that I have. I did something with it. I can't remember what I did with it.
Yeah,
it's more like a
virtual GPs have been a lot of fun, and I think it's one of the ones where all the drivers take really seriously.
Like
so there is
silky,
that competitive attitude.
This is my Porsche. That's all the
fun little streams
all the edits that I had to do for that, and my Porsche actually.
You know, we all take
this is in the end.
So it's yeah.
The flames are underneath in the black areas. I'll be doing the same thing with the Ford GT.
We get back to real racing.
Change some things up
as soon as possible.
And if you well, they added some fun stuff here. If you know anything about Major League baseball game, I mean not game but movie, as a old throwback. I'm gonna make anything I can't put you can't do everything on here on the Ford GT with the body that it has. So I do have one, so just basically updating it, and I want to get the
which is going to be
the sheen and everything going there too.
We go to Interlagos, Brazil.
Yeah, great circuit. Loads of legendary races around there. Really looking forward actually to Zandvoort being in the new F1 game, which will be coming out fairly soon actually. And because that track with F1 cars is going to be cool, but Interlagos is cool as well. So many historic racing memories there. Lovely circuit, lovely natural amphitheatre, beautiful.
Okay, well last time I did a sign off of a show, Jack, I said look forward to seeing you again, and you weren't here. So let's not do that. I'll just say thank you very much, Jack.
Or just actually book me. How about that? You can book me now.
Yeah. I'll just get my phone out.
I already have one kind of made, but it's just...
Jack Nichols. I look forward to seeing you on some of the streams across the week and next weekend as well. Hopefully be back to commentate on the virtual Grand Prix, which will be taking place in the Dutch GP virtual Grand Prix for you guys. Instead, it will be taking place at Interlagos, the Brazilian Grand Prix. Looking forward to it. Until then, make sure you're following us on all of the social media so you do not miss any of the latest. But there you go. Hashtag Challenge Williams done. It's in the bag. Lando Norris is still the driver to be. Stay safe, and we'll see you next time.
All 5 lights are on. It's all to race for. Oh, he's hit him. He's done it. Oh, he's done it too.
I'm just gonna do a baseline first. I'm not at this rate. I'm not finishing all this. I went I missed the 245 race. So 2, 3, 4. I'm gonna do the 445 race. So I'll do a little bit more of this, and then I'll take a break and take my needy dog on another walk. I love my dog, don't get me wrong, I love my dog, but my dog is really needy. Alright, that's in that race. C. That's what I want. This is gonna be a Cobra Commander car, or I mean, of course, it's gonna have Sweet Tooth on it, our clown, but I think this is a Cobra Commander or Scream or Megatron. Actually, Megatron. Where's my? Music. It's a bit too loud right now. See who else is on Twitch at the moment. Watch a little bit of racing while I'm doing some. Earnhardt. Let's put him up on there.
Does Amy think this is silly JR88? Absolutely. but you know she likes the fact that we're donating to charity.
Oh, well, it looks like you're just talking right now, but we'll throw that up on the screen for the time being.
3838, thanks for the sub. You know what's interesting about race fans?
Back to this car. I wanna. Yeah, I was trying to figure out if it's gonna use.
I thought that was the most forgettable
Megatron
race that I've ever had.
Or Cobra Commander. I feel like this might be a Cobra Commander.
Get up and go.
I see my brother's on. Maybe he'll join. I'm actually updating this, so he's gonna have a new Ford GT1. He can have one.
Or great races.
See.
Y'all see it from a different perspective. Like you, yeah. TM, good race. Yeah, appreciate that. It wasn't excited. It wasn't excited. I had fun streaming. You know, streaming the race is fun. But like you're trying to race and trying to get up front, and then there's a caution. Nothing. With about 10 to go. Everybody's getting waved around.
Oh,
it's like
that's backwards up here.
You do all this work, you know, mentally, invest so much into it, and then it kind of all gets unwrapped. Ignore Twitter. I don't really have too big of a problem on Twitter, Hammer. I understand what you're trying to say, but I've never really been bothered too badly by Twitter. And I've never, for some reason, I don't get a lot of heat on Twitter. And I'm sure I do. I'm sure there's people out there that are pretty bad. But to be honest with you, y'all know those mean tweets that they do on Jimmy Kimmel years ago? Well, I went to Jimmy Kimmel. I've done that show a couple times, and I went there to do just a sit-down interview on the couch, and they told me that they wanted me to do mean tweets. When I got there, I was like, hey, I'm excited about doing mean tweets. This should be really fun. And they said that they couldn't find any that were any good. There weren't any that were mean. And they actually showed me some of the ones that they did find, and they weren't very mean. So we didn't do it. Yeah. Shoot, they could have just made some up, right? I'd have read them. I think, you know, for the longest time, I think that Twitter set some sort of algorithm on my account where I don't get those really mean tweets. Because Jimmy and all these other guys that I raced with would show me some of the tweets that they would get. And I'm like, man, I've never seen nothing like that. So maybe they just have that where it's filtered out of my account before I ever get it.
How the hell am I gonna do this shit?
There's been a couple, I guess, people just being rude, but nothing too bad. Good racing today, Junior C. Mick Weed comes in with the positivity. I really thought it was a forgettable, crappy race that I drove.
Don't go too crazy. Come on, stay within me.
Didn't really do anything of substance.
Stay within there.
But you come in here.
Get too crazy. Stay within there.
Brighten my day.
Okay. Hey, shit, I moved too much. Oh no.
Dallas. Appreciate that. Dallas.
Fuck.
Borden, dude. Appreciate the sub, man. Dan Patrick on the podcast. That's a great idea. Dingle, thanks for the sub. Prying Eye, thanks for the sub. Cole Beasley, thanks for the cheered 100 bits. JRSTC, my buddy Samantha, cheering. Costa, thanks for the sub. Denny said his daughter turned off the remote. Y'all,
dog is
I had a dream
really
last
just
night that I was racing
doing too much
in the race today, and Isla was over there at the door crying for me to
ridiculous, girl.
Be with her, whatever. And so I pulled down on pit road and got up, and you know, I was streaming, and I was like, hey, I'm gonna go take care of Isla. I gotta do that. And I just got up and went over there and hung out with her in the middle of the race. Had a dream that happened. Weird. Well,
Don't get me wrong. I love my dog to death, but man,
3 o'clock.
I took her on a walk and did some other things, like maybe, what, 40 minutes right before I started streaming?
I made some ribs on the smoker.
You're already looking for something else.
Yesterday.
Relax.
And they are good. I put that on my Instagram story, but so I'm gonna go eat half of a rack and have some fun with that. And I enjoyed the stream. I appreciate all the subs. Everybody, y'all will see Dirty Mo Media and Filter Time logos on my site. Dirty Mo Media, this channel is a part of Dirty Mo Media, which is our media content company that we do the podcast with and everything else. Filter Time is a subscription-based air filter business that I partnered with Blake Cook. Y'all know Blake, if y'all know racing. Me and him are partners in this business. So I'm deciding to put that on my site to promote it. I don't have any paid promoters or paid sponsorships on here. So I'm trying to promote Dirty Mo, Filter Time. Obviously you guys seen the new emotes, and you might hear music on my channel. Tim Duggar, The Dangerous Summer, 3 Doors Down, Matthew Good. There's some good friends of mine, and I have reached out to those guys to get rights to stream some of that music, so you'll hear some of that sometimes when I'm doing just pickup races or just hanging out and chatting. You know what I thought might be cool to stream? And this might not be cool, but I was thinking about other things to stream besides just racing. But what about if I streamed old races from YouTube? Like if we watched some old races from YouTube together. I like watching old races. Might be pretty fun. But anyways. Yeah, I think that'd be fun. Just to watch some old races, and we could, you know, have fun with how we chose which race we're gonna watch. So there's some great stuff on YouTube. NASCAR put some Talladega race on there the other day, and it was the Winston 500 or something from 70 or 71. And Buddy Baker was driving this red 6 car. It had the wing fastbacks, and he spun out. Car caught on fire. He burned his leg. He hops in the ambulance, the front seat, sticks his leg out the passenger window, rides all the way to Enfield Care Center with some air, you know, trying to cool his leg off because he was burnt. But man, watching some of them old races would be cool. Maybe we could find some reasonably short races. But I ain't gonna sit on here and ask you guys to sit on here for 4 hours. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. You know, you guys enjoyed it. I hope y'all had fun. And enjoy your night. And we'll see you again soon. I don't know, I don't have a streaming schedule. I really don't promote this on my social media handles yet. So I won't be really letting you guys know when I'm gonna hop on, but I you know, just set up some notifications, and when I hop on here, and if I'm gonna get on and stream, it's gonna be at least an hour or more. So hopefully you guys will come back and check it out. So thanks a lot. I appreciate it. Enjoyed it. And enjoy your night. And we'll see you again soon. I don't know. I don't have a streaming schedule. I really don't promote this on my social media handles yet. So I won't be really letting you guys know when I'm going to hop on. But I you know, just set up some notifications, and when I hop on here, and if I'm going to get on and stream, it's going to be at least an hour or more. So hopefully you guys will come back and check it out. So thanks a lot. I appreciate it. Enjoyed it.
Is your money not sure what to do with itself? At Ally, we'll help it save for the future with our smart savings tools. For all things money, you deserve an ally.
Why should I press Epsilon? Ah.
There's an incident here. You're a teller. Car right. Right side's clear. Yellow flag. Keep your wits about you, mate.
Oh, there was okay.
Yellow flag. The gap in front has increased to 3.7 seconds. The leader's just done at 147.69.
Guys, this
Sorry.
Hello everyone, nice to see you all. How are you today? Hello Alex. Hi Wilka. Hi Zombie. Welcome everyone. Trying to find Caution Simulator. Okay. Hello, Dorian. How are you today? Yes, I'm happy to see you too. Meyer 8. How are you today? Okay, Martin, that's cool. Nice to meet you anyway. Yeah, of course, drink water, that's really important, always. I was having the hydration during
that works right there.
Event in Malaysia.
I need to take my doggy out for a potty real quick, so I'll be right back.
Because I was drinking a lot of water.
Okay, potty,
not
I get you.
Mineral water.
But before I do that, let me.
After it, I was feeling.
That was a hell of a selection right there. I don't know how that happened like that, but I wanted the rest of it, so maybe I can just grab the red and throw it on behind him, or throw one of my other logos that I have behind him. I don't know. That's a pretty beast, though. I'm gonna see what I can do with that. I'll be right back. That's a really awesome selection there.
Okay. I'm ready.
Yeah. Get this Ford GT put together here.
Let's try to do a couple laps with a racing fuel. Hey, Rack. Nice to see you. I was sleeping pretty nice. Thank you so much. But I fall asleep at 11 a.m. That's pretty bad. Yeah, with all this sim racing, I'm drinking about 2 liters of water. So much. Yes, and also I wake up only at 7 p.m. That's so horrible. But anyway, I know that so many people now got problems with sleeping time. Hello, Jim. Yeah, I like Spa. Quite a nice track. But it's so much better for the much faster car, like maybe Formula 1 or something like that, because on the Formula 3 there is just insane slipstream on the straights, and sometimes you just changing the positions between each other every lap.
Keep your eye open.
Don't really like that, but anyway, on Formula 3 that's track pretty nice. And also next week we're going to have a Le Mans series in this track, and maybe I will try GTE car also. So this will be
I'm gonna take a break. I'll be right back.
After the Formula 3 outside. To get used to the GTE car. Okay, everything is good. How are you, Jim, today? Yeah, top speed, a little bit early on Formula 3 here. And also you can lift without any aerodynamics, because this car can do 250 kilometers per hour, but you will lift without any downforce. So we read your message, Dorian. Okay, that's cool. Nice truth lips. Thank you so much. Red is the fastest color, if you know. So let me try a couple laps. Then I will return back to chat with you and also read your messages because they're so big to read when you're in a Formula 3. Hello, Michael. Yeah? Okay, let's concentrate. Alright, we have to go to the race. Let's go. I'll try to do my best on the qualify. Astebak, hi. How are you today? So, what was if you ask it? We're thinking about now to get top speed higher for streets. So, give me one minute. I'm fine, thank you so much. Rosso Ferrari. I don't remember the name of the color, but let's it be Rosso Ferrari. So about the top speed for streets, I think sometimes that's not really good idea to work only on the top speed because you'll lose a lot of maybe in the corners because you're losing the downforce on the formula. That's pretty important. What about the weather? Track 32. Alright. Let's try the track. Oh, I think that's second split. Yeah, maybe it give me some speed. Bruce, hi, nice to see you. How are you today?
Away. Make sure your switches are correct.
Which team race? No, I want to try the Le Mans series. That's a sprint series with a 1 hour race. So the next week we're going to have a Spa. Alright. You can also make gear radial longer if you are topping out early, but if car doesn't have enough power, it will be stuck at low BPM. Yes, That's true. 63 degrees of Celsius, yes. Let's do the qualify, guys. Let's go. I hope not to do any of tracks because started from the last positions here, just so crazy. I love team. No sleep. Probably maybe next year I'm going to try 24 hours of Nordschleife, but I don't really like this idea because this track just so dangerous and you can die just in every corner. So crazy. Oh, I don't know, Midwest, like roads, something like that. Not so funny. Okay, we'll return back to your messages just after the qualify. Yeah, Midwest road trip, something like that. Yeah, you're right. I just like this t-shirt because it has I don't remember how it's in English on the sides. So beautiful things. So we'll show you just after the race or after qualify. Let's concentrate. Don't worry, don't worry. Everything's fine.
Green flag.
All right.
Stop.
Okay, now time to do 2 laps.
Gonna be pitched here in a couple of laps. Be aware.
Okay, let's go. Okay, not so good lap time.
Checker flag.
Alright, let's see what else we can do real quick. I gotta practice here. Actually gonna end the stream and start another one with me practicing here shortly.
Hey Misha, nice to see you.
Now the colors are
11 and 3, alright.
We can select these red.
I don't really know which shows, reality shows we got in Russia, so... Okay, that's just the first race. Let's try to get back in the racing rhythm and not crash on the first lap.
Okay, that didn't work.
And Font and SQ Powerful and Rules Molly. Thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to my channel. Don't forget to hit the bell to get notification about new stream. Goserdes, just a perfect person. Really, I like her so much. She's pretty nice. Sansanj, hi, nice to see you. And also Andreas, hi.
Wait.
Okay, let's try to do everything that I can in a race. Thank you so much, Sansanj. Thank you.
Shit, it shows everything then.
2:16 in 8. Not so bad time. Basis also hi. Nice to see you. Sometimes it's not turning on automatically, so.
Green flag.
Alright. There. Let's go ahead and make this.
Right side, still there. 2 wide on the left side. 1 car only. Clear, left side. Clear.
That's the way you get the shine and the work right. So here, I want to minus some things out of this. So I want to minus.
Okay, what happened?
Okay, so
just can't watch. I was pretty careful.
So...
Oh, damn it. What is his name? Charles Crew, can you just watch right when you return back on the track?
Here. 1, 2. Alright.
Just nothing to say.
Alright, so with that on.
I was watching at him at this moment. I was just, okay, this guy going right, and I will be a bit rider.
What are you doing?
Of course I have a spotter, but that's not about the spotter because I already gone right here because I saw that he turned right. So crazy, man.
Thank you for the safety there.
I was just like, okay, I'm going outside line. I go off track. Okay, here's the crash. Yeah, he just staring at me. I'm using GJ spotter. Yeah, he's just turning into me. That's so crazy. So crazy, man. So I think that the best spotter.
Fiber part.
Nice jump. Because of this, he just crushed all the guys. Hello, Dave. Nice to see you. Charles Cruz. Okay, let's watch from his cockpit. Red Bull trouble. Yeah, that's true. Only Monster is worse. Maxim, boy still there. Thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to my channel. Oh yeah, yeah, that's true. Such a nice jump. I think he's not steering in me. He just have a wheel broken, but what the reason as you return back on the track if you see that you left without left wheel? Yeah, for sure, because car already broken.
Charles, what are you doing? What are you doing, Charles?
What are you doing?
You are lap, man. You are lap. Number 27. You are 27. What are you doing?
Six times. Wow. Anyway, for the 24 hours, that's not so much. I'm not blaming anyone, so just a recent incident, okay? Don't worry about this.
You will be reported, man.
I think that's just not good if people don't look that you can crush someone if you return back on the track. I'll always check in this when I'm having the problems with the car or something. I'm trying to return as safe as possible.
Look at that. All the carbon pieces.
I think he's a lucky man because he crashed on an off track. That's so crazy.
Okay. Cut that off then. Alright, got it. Got it.
Anyway, that's just the first race for today. Let's hope that another one will be better. No, never. Macau just is the craziest track on our planet. Okay, Wilka, we'll see you soon. Hello, XP. How are you today?
So weird.
Okay, cool. You mean Max Binicki 24 hours of Nurse-Life, yeah? Oh yeah, no. Max the best and one of the best in iRacing, so he know everything, got so many experience, and that's why he doing his scenes with so much confidence and everything. Just a real professional sim racer, that's true.
Sometimes I get lucky with this override stuff, but we'll see.
Jack Daniels, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to my channel. Oof, so slippery because of my line. Thank you. Also, Animal, hi, nice to see you. Will isn't so much in the street, that means I'm not alright.
Finish this later. Actually, I need it out there. It works in layers, so here, so I know that that's with that.
Yeah, that's true. Fast and super focused. Just the best driver. And also pretty nice guy. I was watching his streams and he pretty cute and also nice communicate with the audience. That's pretty cool. Verstappen also pretty fast guy because he was having so many racing experience in the Formula 3 and in Formula 1, so many testing days, as I know, and also in karting he was fast guy.
That spot is on there. right.
Yeah, I agree with you, Johnson. Sometimes he so aggressive, but anyway, good driver. That's important thing. That's why I like more maybe Max Binecki. Thank you guys for all the follows. Welcome. Nice to see you all. Don't forget to join the chat. Oof. Yeah, Gregor Hoto, so fast driver too. I think we got so many great drivers in iRacing.
I might change that around some then.
Yeah, I'm losing so much in the streets. That's not so good. Yeah, most of my time I losing on the straights. That's so sad. Hi Charlie, nice to see you. How are you today? I'm fine, thank you. Feeling good. Just a little bit, maybe a little bit upset because of the crash on this race, but anyway, we still can finish and trying to do next race better. How was your day today? Yeah, yeah. Very lazy. Yes. Yeah, Cheryl also nice driver. Oh, Cheryl crew got the problems. What do you mean, Dave? Oh, we're not losing so much high rating. That's pretty cool. Again, this guy on a pit. One more time. Shadow Cruise.
I'm gonna get this color up a little bit.
We got a 19th position. So near. Going to try overtake this guy. Fiddle days is over. Oh yeah, maybe. In the slipstream, I'm not losing so much. That's pretty good.
I think it's good enough. I don't think I can do anything more with this red. Probably gonna need to brighten it up some to get the color that I want. Maybe when I put it on it, but I think that's it for now. I need to get myself ready for this. Some practice.
Good job, buddy. 2 more, man. Come on.
BSing a lot, so I'm gonna go ahead and get ready to practice. I'm gonna end this stream for now, and I'll be back on streaming some of my practice. I have spa, 6 hours of spa coming up next weekend. I'm in the 4GT, so I'll be driving that, getting a little bit of practice in this week and that, so you'll be able to catch me with that if I stream. I don't know. I'm back and forth stream depending on the races. I know I want to do a race today, so we'll see. Maybe you'll catch one of those. Other than that, guys, as always, thanks for watching, and hopefully I'll show you exactly how this all turns out in the end. I do have, as you see this right here, it is already there, but as you see, there's some things I just don't like with it. Making it better, lightness and color and stuff like that. I wanted to change that and get that to pop all the way around like that, so we'll get it going. But again, thanks for watching, and I hope to catch you here shortly with me streaming some of this practice at Spa. It's going to be a lot of fun, let me tell you. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time. Peace.
Fix it not at 100% after it.